Skits done kicked off Monday morning skidding. If you're a negative person, if you're a toxic person, if you've been hurt, this might not be the live or the channel for you. If you're so bitter that you can't see good in nothing, this might not be the page for you. But I'm going to tell you what I see. And this is just me. This is just my theories. I'm not finna debate with nobody about what they think or morality or anything like that. This is just my personal thought process. Because I'm not the minority. I'm not the majority. I know that God has grace and God can reach you where you are. Even deep in your sin, God can reach you where you are. The title of this skit was DNisha Cooks for Wayne. People will automatically think, oh, she's finna manipulate him. She's finna, the negative mind would say this is a scam. This is that. But I see a young lady who has been broken in her life. I see a young lady who had to strip, who had to dance, who had to do whatever it took for her son. I see a young lady who may have made a lot of mistakes in her past, may have been a scammer in her past, may have encouraged her friends and stuff to do wrong in her past. But I also see a young lady who didn't forget what grandma and mama told her about how to treat a man. You got a lot of scammers out there. They ain't cooking, they door dashing. They don't care about other people's feelings. They have zero emotional intelligence. All they see is people for their surface. Just stick with me for a minute. What if, because her and Wayne are both street, they come from the streets, they know what it is to get it out the mud. They know the sake of survival. What if they become the best of friends, not bed buddies? And if they did, they both single. People don't always are out to hurt one another. What I see is a young woman who says, I'm not my past. I made mistakes and I don't always get it right. Good morning, Antoinette. I refuse to look at each and every skit like it's so toxic. We know that cooking is DNisha's peaceful place. Cooking is her way that she expresses love to the people around her, whether it be her son, her mother, friends. This is how she shows her love, y'all. So instead of her giving up the draws to Wayne, automatically in 3 days, and instead of being toxic about it, they're having a potluck. She's the office manager. If you've ever worked in a corporate culture, not even this type of environment, you always give vegan options. You always give non-pork options. This is normal, y'all. Back in the day, my grandma and them, when somebody did something nice for them in the community, somebody cut the grass for you, something like that, they showed their gratitude with a sweet potato pie. If you was really a family member or a close friend of the family, you might get a pot of greens. The thing with this society that we live in is that it's so toxic. We can't see the good in nothing. Bad people can have good qualities. Let's talk about the man who got us all here, all wrapped up in this Country Wayne U verse. Started out the skits I started watching, he was in an apartment with his kids. To a multi-millionaire now. Let's talk about Wayne. Some people will focus on he got 10 baby mamas. Some people will, not 10 baby mamas, 10 kids and several different baby mamas. Some people will focus on that. Some people will focus on every negative thing this man done in his life. And then you have a different set of people who will focus on he take care of his 10 kids. Some people will focus on he take care of his baby mamas and don't live with them. He has made, God allowed him, because we need to put God first, God allowed him to be the avenue to make others' lives better, even with this commentary thing. At the end of the year, I'm going to share my YouTube journey, my monetary YouTube journey with y'all. From zero to not getting monetized at all for 3 months. And normally I quit. I'm not going to lie. I will quit something. I will start and stop something in a minute. I have ADHD. I will stop and start in a minute. But God put people in my life to push me. Deontay and Vaughn, they weren't my competitors. They were my angels that God sent to me. To say, Riri, I know you're not getting paid, but keep pushing. Here go a link. People like Nancy B. the Scratcher who told me about Stella Rose. Amen. I didn't get monetized for 3 months. And I watched my page be stagnant. And I grew fast when I first started. I got my first 1,000, seems like overnight. And then it stopped. And you look at your money sitting there, but you still gotta go. But I had 2 angels that God sent to me that said, don't give up. Deontay and Vaughn. Vaughn got more than him. They have text messages with me crying and saying, I don't want to do this no more. I like it, but I don't want to do it. I got messages with both of them praying for me. Not my competitors. Y'all, if you choose in this life to see nothing but the bad in people, that's a sad life. And I'm not saying that these writers might not take it there. They might make it where she been scamming all along. But for this moment, if there's people in your life that they may have done wrong, they may have scammed, they may have done horrible things. But what the devil meant for evil in your life, God will make that thing good. Let's talk about the Amber character. Some could say she manipulated Anthony into marrying her. She made him think that she wasn't sleeping with anybody else. She made him think that he was the one and not the two. She made him think that she was perfect. He seen a wife in her. But what the devil meant for evil, to shame her, God made it good because she did become a perfect wife. She did. We seen her be redeemed from a character that was hated to someone God gave grace to. The way this thing started with DNisha and Anthony, it was wrong in the sense that Anthony used her as a pawn to hurt Amber. Anthony used DNisha as a pawn to hurt Amber. But what Anthony meant for evil, God go make it good. And people hate this character so much that they'll miss it. I see a woman who knows that the way to a man's stomach heart is to his stomach. I see a woman that was taught how to cook for a man. I see a woman that was taught to show appreciation. When Coca came to visit, she greeted her with her love language, which is food. Her love language is giving food. Yeah, she gave Dave the big eye yesterday. She human. Yes, she could be even an opportunist. But he, without sin, cast the first stone. He, without sin, cast the first stone. If you judge her character, you got to judge Dave's. If you judge her character, you got to judge Dave's. If you judge Anthony's character, you got to judge Amber's. Yes, all four of these people in this love triangle or this love square, because it's four of them, are wrong. But y'all, I'm telling you, in this life, and I haven't read the comments purposely yet. If you choose in this life to only see the bad in people, to only see the evil in people, like the skit with Bethany this morning, I cried because I remember waking up to a loved one praying over me. My mama used to always come in our room, especially my little brother. Or she would call us the next day after we been out or we been out kicking, and she would say, what you into? God woke me up and I prayed for you last night. And then you think about you was a little bit tipsy and you was driving, and how that car swerved a little bit and God let you get home. That was mama praying for you while you thought you was out there alone. Mama was at home praying for you. Granny was at home praying for you. Daddy was praying for you. Auntie was praying for you. Best friend was praying for you. Y'all start praying over y'all friendships and start praying over your friends. Start praying over your coworkers and stop judging. Replace judgment with prayer. Replace judgment with praying for that person. How about that? We all want to judge and say Jesus ain't popping. But is Jesus even popping in your life? Is Jesus popping in your circumstance? Forget these skits. But these are not just skits. We get triggered because some of us see the message. And you can't deny it if you lived it. Y'all, we got to think different. We got to think different. We got to stop thinking with our judgmental minds. And I'm not going to say that the writer's not going to make her evil in the end, or make her a manipulator, or make her a scammer. I myself have been on lives. I've backed up. Because I don't want to argue about right and wrong. I don't want to argue about what character right and what is wrong all the time. It's okay sometimes for the entertainment factor. It's okay to debate. But I don't want to argue about right and wrong. I want to talk about God's goodness. I want to talk about Jesus is popping. I want to talk about how even in these skits, even even my testimony of being a commentator, how it has blessed my game and put money in my pocket. At the end of the year, I'm going to tell how much. Because like Pastor Mike said, sometimes you got to be quiet. Sometimes you got to move in silence. We got to take off our judgmental caps. We got to. None of us are perfect. Like I said last night in the live, I've been the side piece. I've been the mistress. I ain't never been like out there as far as sleeping with everybody. Because when I loved hard. Some things were intentional. Some things were I got lied on. I didn't know I was the side piece. Hell, I didn't know I was the mistress. But when I found out, did I stop immediately? No. Did I enter into some things that I knew was wrong? Yes, I did. But I'm woman enough to say it. Have I always been a good friend to people? No, I ain't never intentionally backdoored nobody. Now that I ain't never done to Shayla. But have I smiled in a female face knowing that me and her dude was misunderstanding? College, I did that. I did that in college. I absolutely did. Am I proud of it? Heck no. But I'm not going to judge somebody else over something I done did. I hear people being judgmental all the time. And I'm looking at them like, you think I don't know that you mess with such and such, he told me. You think I don't know that you backdoored me. I've had people lie to my face. About friendship. About, girl, y'all look cute together, girl. I've had people to see me with somebody. Know I'm kicking it with them. And sleep with them behind my back. And then lie to me to my face. But the real ones came back and apologized. When I asked that second time, doubt it. Yeah, I did that. And it made us closer. I even get the Shayla and Amber dynamic. Which I didn't really care about the person that it happened to. I mean, he was misunderstood. I hadn't even slept with the dude. But real friends talk about it and they make it through it and they forgive. Because guess what? None of us are perfect. We got to stop hating. We got to stop hating. And yes, TC, we all got a testimony. That's why I can't stand fake people when you know they fake. And I don't know most of these people in YouTube streets who make negative comments or whatever. But I got a feeling in my spirit they probably done some dirt in their life. And they on these YouTube and Facebook streets being fake. Some people I do know on Facebook who watch Country Wayne. You done cheated before. You done cheated on your husband, your wife. You done backdoored your homegirl. But you got the audacity to, in the comments, make everybody think these characters are so bad. And you are that character in real life. That's why I'm so happy that God has grace and mercy. People will crucify you. But God will forgive and redeem you. And sometimes we have moments where we want to do the right thing, and we'll go right back to wrong. We seen Angelina strip down to nothing almost and pray, and went right back to being evil towards Amber. Went right back to we go get him, we go get Anthony for you. We have seen Shayla pray one night, next day she'll misunderstanding. We have seen it. And I don't care who come for me in the comments about my life story, because guess what? I'm not that person no more. Some I did 20, 30 years ago, 10 years ago, 5 years ago, last year. Last year. Can't nobody hold your past against you. God cleanses us, not people. If people cleansed us, we'll all be dirty. I'm going to say that again. If you allow people to validate and cleanse you, you're going to be dirty the rest of your life. Only God can cleanse you. Alexa, dismiss. I challenge people today to look at these skits different. I challenge people today to see deeper meaning. I challenge people today to watch the skits not with a judgmental mindset, but what is this skit? What is this storyline? What are the writers trying to tell us? I think I'm going to put that on one of them. It's by God's grace, all things through Christ Jesus. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. God's grace. I believe R. Kelly wrote that song. Y'all, we got to start looking at people as broken vessels that only God can fix. I get on here and I clown. I get on here and I joke about people and things like that. Yeah, Trinity 357. But they were produced by R. Kelly. Y'all, even people who have sinned and done bad things, God will redeem, not us. These skits represent real people. I'll say that again. These skits represent real people. People didn't pull these characters in these situations out the air. These writers know a DNisha. They know Amber. They know a Anthony. They know a Wayne is Wayne. A lot of these characters use their real life names. I would say probably 90% of them, those are their real government names. They're acting names. But y'all, because some of them who were actors and actresses before, they may have acting names. But some of these people just come from the mud. These their real names in real life. And some of the cruelty that I see, it's unbelievable. How we body shame people. The real life people. When you body shaming, you're not body shaming the character. You body shaming somebody's real body. And we all say little stuff all the time. I'll say little stuff all the time. Some stuff is harsh though, y'all. What is wrong? What is wrong with her cooking a vegan meal for her boss that eats vegan, for her boss that has taken up for her in a room full of women that have crucified her? What is wrong with that? Yes, Anthony gonna be mad because he's insecure. Like who else insecure? Amber. You might as well call them the insecure Daltons. They might as well be the insecure Daltons. Both of them insecure. You know why they insecure? Because what they doing is wrong. That's why they insecure. Anthony don't love DNisha. Come on, man. Anthony don't love DNisha. Just like Amber not in love with Dave. She loved Dave. Oh yeah, he loved DNisha. But neither one of these couples are in love. Neither one of them are in love. Love is patient. Love is kind. Amber said that. Love keeps no record of wrongdoing. If you in love with somebody, you tell them the truth. You tell them your good, your bad, and your ugly. If you in love with them, you don't keep secrets like that from people that you love. Nobody's in love in this situation. If your boss or your coworkers eat vegan, you make a vegan option. Ain't nobody talking about that big old pan of lamb chops that she made. Ain't nobody talking about the lamb chops. Because Wayne don't eat lamb chops. She made them lamb chops in the same kitchen that she making this vegan macaroni in. But don't nobody want to talk about that. Can we stop with the madness? Can people do stuff from the goodness of their heart? Everybody manipulating everybody in these skits. But is that not happening sometimes in the real world? All I'm asking today is think different. I love y'all, and I hope y'all got something from this message. Some people will listen to this and still think negative. Some people will listen to this and still have their views and still argue and still see nothing but the badness in all of it. Let's have a heart check today. Check your hearts. I'm not telling you to feel sorry for this character, but I'm saying everything ain't evil and wrong. Some stuff people used to just do just to say thank you. And ain't no love like telling somebody thank you with food. Not DoorDashing, but taking your time to get up early in the morning so it's hot. That's what she's doing. That's what Granny and them used to do. They get up early in the morning. My mama cooked late at night and early Sunday morning when she used to cook all the time when my stepdaddy was living. She don't cook like that no more. Because the person she wanted to cook for not here. And every Sunday we reminded that my stepdaddy not here no more. Because my mom would get up early in the morning and cook for him. She would get up just like this. She would cook for him early in the morning, early Sunday morning. We would wake up smelling food because that was her love language. She wanted him to wake up. He didn't wake up to breakfast. He woke up to full-course meals because she loved him. Everything ain't evil, y'all. People just was raised different. But I'm not going to argue and I'm not going to read the comments. Y'all put whatever y'all heart desire in the comments. Because that's your right. And I thank you for even taking the time to come to my page and listen. It's going to be days where I act up. It's going to be days that I clown. But today I'm just saying have grace and think different. I love y'all. And y'all have a beautiful week at work. and try to stay positive. Hold on.